In this world, monsters exist. Big, terrifying, deadly creatures. And the ones who hunt them down are called adventurers. Adventurers fight monsters every single day for rare items and XP. Every victory increases their level. And here level means everything. Level defines power, status, respect, even survival. A small level gap can turn someone into a hero and someone else into a nobody. And now let me introduce the main character of the story. Joey, a guy who has been stuck at level 1 for a long time. No upgrades, no power-ups, just constant struggle. One day Joey goes to a bakery in the marketplace. With a smile he asks, "Hey, sir, can I get some bread?" The baker smiles back. "I saved one just for you." Joey replies awkwardly, I ran out of money again." The baker jokes, "Man, just stop pretending to be an adventurer already. Come work at my shop. Free bread guaranteed." Joey laughs, but there's a tiredness behind it. "It's too late, sir. People have already started calling me Corpse Looter. And once that name sticks, there's no remove button." Since the beginning, being an adventurer was his dream. But when that dream finally came true, he realized he was cursed. He couldn't gain XP, no matter how many monsters he defeated. The first time he killed a slime, the screen showed, "Failed to receive XP." From that moment on, one question kept echoing in his mind. How do I get stronger now? At first he didn't give up. He thought, I'll just keep defeating monsters. Maybe something will change. But every time the same message appeared. Failed, failed, failed. Slowly he accepted the truth. His money ran out. And eventually he became a corpse scraper. Someone who collects scraps from monsters killed by other adventurers. In this world, level 1 monster materials are worthless. So his only way to survive was to loot materials from higher level monsters. But fate seemed to hate him. One day he's eating bread, and a group of guys bumps into him. His only piece of bread falls, and one of them deliberately steps on it. No one defends him. Everyone treats it like something normal. Like that's exactly how a corpse looter should be treated. A new nickname spread through the city, Corpse Scavenger. To people, Joey had become nothing more than an embarrassment. Applying for a normal job was now a joke. But the truth was, he only ever had one dream, to be an adventurer. And if he stopped scraping corpses, he'd starve. So one day he heads toward the goblin den, hoping to find a few bodies worth something. While walking, he suddenly smells something strange, rotten, foul, nothing like a normal monster. He moves forward, and what he sees freezes him completely. A dragon's dead body. For real. He can't believe it, but from the looks of it, it might have been a level 200 monster. Only one thought runs through his mind. No time to think. Dragon materials are worth 10 times more. By now, the valuable parts were probably already taken, but there was still something left. A rotten, disgusting pouch giving off a horrifying stench. Some monsters have an organ like that, so foul that no normal person can even go near it. Joey picks it up and feels something inside. There's something in here. He pulls out a small knife, cuts it open, and out falls an almost perfectly intact armor set. Joey's eyes widen. How did this end up in here? But the surprises don't stop there. When he steps closer to the armor, a dark energy begins to flow out of it. Joey feels it instantly. This thing isn't meant for me. And then a strange voice echoes in his ears. Wear it. He looks around. No one's there. It has to be coming from the armor. Whatever it is, the armor feels dangerous. His smartest option would be to run. But as soon as he turns around, a whole crowd of goblins is suddenly standing right behind him. Joey freezes. When did they get here? Then he remembers. I was so busy scraping I let my guard down. All the goblins are level 1, like him. But the problem is, Joey has no real equipment, and he's all alone. Fear takes over his face. In the very first attack, a goblin knocks the knife out of his hand. Now he has nothing. His entire life flashes before his eyes. I'm gonna die here, in this filthy cave, all alone. He closes his eyes, ready to accept his fate. But then, the same voice returns. This time, the energy feels even stronger. For a moment, Joey feels like the armor might actually devour him. But he thinks, being eaten by goblins is even worse. If there's a chance, I need to take it. He mutters, fine, I'll wear it. Instantly, a notification appears. Ownership registration complete. Emergency installation initiated. Joey doesn't move, but the dark energy pulls itself onto him. Within seconds, everything changes. His entire body becomes surrounded by that energy, and fear spreads across the goblins' faces. The Abyss Armor installation is fully successful. Shocked, Joey asks, do I have any allies in here? A voice replies, following the owner's commands is mandatory. Joey hesitates but decides to trust it for now. Two goblins charge at him. He looks down. The sword in his hand isn't just sharp. It feels exactly like the one he used to train with. Those goblins are level 1, just like him. But now he has a sword and armor. He swings once, one clean slash, and they fall instantly. And then, something he has never felt before happens. The goblin's energy leaves their lifeless bodies and transfers directly into Joey. The rest panic and attack all at once. But Joey isn't the same weak corpse looter anymore. He wipes them out instantly. And with every hit, his body feels lighter. Every monster he kills sends its energy straight into him. With this new power flooding through him, he charges into the remaining goblins and clears the entire group in one movement. After the fight, Joey catches his breath and thinks, I'm okay, completely okay. It's hard for him to believe that a level 1 guy just defeated 5 goblins in a row. And then, the message appears. Levels absorbed. Joey has reached level 6. The system confirms. Level confirmed. Ownership registered. Joey can't understand it. I'm really level 6 now? My body wasn't capable of absorbing XP. Then what happened? The armor answers. The owner of the Abyss armor receives a unique ability, level absorption. Whenever you defeat an enemy, their level transfers directly into you. He checks his status screen and it clearly reads, Level 6, Adventurer Joey. The energy he felt wasn't just some weird feeling, it was real power. Tears fill his eyes. The guy who once survived by stealing from corpses finally had strength of his own. He wipes his tears and focuses. Now he had the greatest gift of all, the ability to level up. His body feels freer than ever. But then he remembers, this armor came out of that rotting dragon. No wonder I smell absolutely disgusting. He sighs. But hey, this smelly armor is the reason I leveled up. So no complaints for now. He stops suddenly. An interesting idea hits him. If I clear out every monster on this floor, I could get even stronger. He's thinking this when a goblin suddenly appears in front of him. Joey senses something off. This was supposed to be an area with weak goblins only. And then he realizes why he's scared. This isn't a normal goblin. This is a legendary level 35 goblin, the leader of the entire den. Joey can't believe it. How is such a high-level monster here? And then it hits him, the dragon's corpse. Its overpowering stench attracted every monster in the area. Even the armor system warns him, battle not recommended. But running isn't an option. The first strike comes fast. Joey barely dodges. He blocks the second one, but the impact rattles his whole body and sends him crashing into a wall. Joey shouted in anger, I thought I finally became strong, but I'm still the same loser. He somehow slipped into a narrow dark alley and escaped. His plan was simple, hide and survive. But then a level 1 goblin showed up out of nowhere and charged at him like a maniac. Joey just grabbed its head and slammed it into the wall. One hit, game over. With another win, the armor owner received another level boost, and Joey jumped straight to level 7. Something strange was happening. Joey had almost forgotten that he could now advance so easily. It was clear to him now, this was a kill or be killed game. So he avoided the main route and focused on hunting low-level goblins one by one. Energy flowed into him from each corpse. His logic was simple now. The one with the higher level is the one who wins. After hours of fighting, Joey had already reached level 15. Then at a turn, the system recommended a cave for exploration. Joey thought, all right, let's see what's inside. As soon as he entered the cave, he saw a mountain of gold. More gold than he had ever imagined. He guessed that this was probably the treasure of the adventurers the goblins had defeated. Then his eyes landed on a chest. When he opened it, he was even more surprised. Health recovery potions, and a lot of them. Joey immediately decided to take them. The armor responded, storage has been expanded. Joey didn't even get time to process what that meant when a light flashed near the lower part of the armor, and an entire storage compartment formed to hold the potions. Joey smirked. Thanks, system. You're pretty active. He thought about taking the gold too, but changed his mind. My top priority right now is getting out alive, and I'm already a lot stronger now. If I can get out, I can sell monster materials and still live a decent life. He was about to leave when he heard voices, human voices. He ran toward a pile of boxes and peeked behind them. There was a girl tied up crying, captured by the monsters. Without a second thought, Joey rushed to help her. He cut the ropes and freed her. Once she calmed down, the girl, who said she was from Rako Village, introduced herself as Mill and thanked him from the bottom of her heart. She blushed a little and asked, "Can I at least know the name of my savior?" Joey paused for a moment, then said, "My name is Joey." Then he added, "Yeah, that Joey, the one everyone calls the infamous corpse looter." Mill went silent. She had heard all the rumors too, that Joey was a terrible person, But seeing him in front of her, she couldn't believe any of it. She said softly, "You don't seem like any kind of garbage looter to me. You're a real hero." Joey had always dreamed of becoming an adventurer who helped people. Hearing someone call him a hero sparked a tiny warmth inside his heart. He motioned to her. "Come on, I'll take you back to your village. As long as you're with me, your safety is my responsibility." After some time, Joey suddenly felt something off. He immediately told Mel, "Hide behind those rocks." What he sensed was goblin presence. Not just one or two, an entire unit, nearly 20 of them. But the good thing was that they were all level 1, and Joey was already level 15. Joey had decided, all of these are going to become my power. The moment he stepped out, every goblin charged at him. But Joey wasn't the weakling he used to be. He swung his sword and cut them down one after another. No mercy. The ones left, he dashed toward and finished off. More levels absorbed. Monster hunting was actually starting to feel fun to him now. The fear in the goblin's eyes didn't stop his blade. He pushed forward and sliced through the entire crowd. When everything finally went quiet, the system message appeared. Level increase detected. Joey was now level 35. Mill was terrified after witnessing the massacre. She trembled. "Can we go now?" But Joey said no. His eyes were sharp. "With all this blood spilled, more monsters will come. The most dangerous one is on its way." The legendary goblin Joey had once escaped from was coming back for a rematch. Joey took a breath. "I knew you'd show up." The goblins screamed as it approached. Both of them were level 35 now, but Joey was no longer that frightened coward. The goblin launched a full-strength attack. Joey didn't back down. "If you think you're going to beat me that easily, you're making a huge mistake." Joey slashed hard, cutting directly across the goblin's stomach. The goblin fell to its knees, but the fight wasn't over. Joey noticed about 10 more goblins nearby. He shouted, "Mill, throw me a knife!" Mill panicked. "Which knife?" and ended up tossing the entire bundle. Joey sighed in relief. "That works," and easily snatched 2 knives mid-air thanks to his fast reflexes. He jumped into battle again, picking up other falling knives and throwing them at high speed. Once he had several knives in hand, he laughed. "Such bad luck. Trying to protect you got all of them killed instead." Then he turned to the goblin leader. "And now it's your turn. The level gap between us is massive." Joey wiped out the smaller monsters, raising his level to 45. Suddenly, a ferocious scream came from behind. The legendary goblin wasn't dead. It attacked again. Joey turned to block but slipped up this time. He was stunned. How is that possible? The previous wound had no effect. Then Joey noticed the goblin's wrist. It was wearing a bracelet, clearly an enchanted item. Joey never expected a monster to use something like that. But the solution was obvious now. Destroy that bracelet. He dodged an attack and focused. "I'm not backing down." The clash of their blades echoed through the cave. Joey kept applying pressure, but the goblin swung a sideways strike and sent him flying. Frustrated, Joey quickly grabbed the knives he had thrown earlier. The goblin braced itself behind a heavy cleaver. Joey threw one knife. The goblin blocked. He threw a second. The goblin got distracted again. That was the moment Joey needed. He closed the distance in an instant, using a knife as a stepping boost. He reached the goblin's side and threw a knife aimed not at the goblin, but at the bracelet. The enchanted item shattered on the ground. Joey stared straight into the goblin's eyes. It was time to show dominance. He smirked. "Now it's time to fry this small fry." When Joey first entered this dungeon, he was weak and terrified. But now the power gap had flipped completely. He walked forward. "Now it's my turn to scare you. Ready, monster?" Instead of responding, the goblin roared again. Joey didn't stop this time. He dashed at high speed and attacked the goblin's defenses, breaking them like nothing. The goblin crashed into a wall, bleeding heavily. Joey approached slowly. "Now you understand what being weak really feels like?" He slashed repeatedly. "Don't take it personally. I'm just trying to survive." He knocked away the goblin's weapon. The goblin threw one last desperate punch, but it landed straight onto Joey's sword. Everything ended in a single moment. Joey stood silent for a second, then whispered, "You're the reason I became strong. So thank you." Lights burst from the goblin's corpse and absorbed into Joey's armor. The system confirmed his level had reached 80. There was nothing left to fear now. Joey called out, "Mill, you can come out now." Mill stepped out, completely stunned. "You did all of that alone?" Joey was now the unbeatable champion of the dungeon. He harvested the goblin's rare materials. The most valuable was its tusk, something Joey never thought he would ever touch. Mill casually said, "I'll store this tusk with the rest." Her small bag was already full of coins and rare items. Joey scratched his head. Sorry for making you carry so much. Mill laughed. It's fine, I don't mind. Then she asked, what now? Joey thought about it. If I just leave these goblins here, they'll probably kidnap someone else. So he asked Mill, can you come with me for a while? I need to make sure no monsters hurt anyone else. Joey's goal now was simple. Wipe out every goblin in the cave. Eventually, time passed, and the two of them reached the village safely. Joey was now level 100. Even he wondered, am I still normal at this point? But being level 100 meant he could take down most monsters alone. Mill stared, shocked. What does a 3-digit level even mean? No one around here has ever seen that. Joey wasn't just an adventurer anymore. He was the strongest around. Just as they were talking, a group of adventurers arrived. They saw Joey and burst out laughing. They still called him the Corpse Scraper. Their leader, a white-haired guy named Yurik, stepped forward and smirked. What's with this black armor? You buy yourself a fancy costume to pretend your level went up? Dirk says, man, wearing fancy items won't change anything. If you're level 1, where will your strength even come from? Joey cuts him off, his voice cold and intimidating. Shut up, that's enough. In the next second, he appears right in front of them, a knife in his hand. He speaks quietly, almost tired. I'm exhausted. Please think carefully before you say anything else. Yurik's face drops. For a moment, he's scared, but then he remembers who he's talking to. Angry, he kicks Joey, sending him rolling back a bit. But as soon as Yurik rushes forward to attack again, Joey jumps up instantly and slams him into the ground. The guys who came with Eureka all start trembling. Joey stands tall and asks, so, who's next? This time, nobody says a word. Yurik still can't process what just happened. In his mind, a level 20 guy should never lose to someone who's supposedly level 1. Joey's voice turns even colder. You're not even 1/4 of my power. Hearing that, everyone opens their system screens to check this corpse scraper's real level. And then the entire group freezes in shock. As impossible as it sounded, it was all true. Joey's real level was 100. People start whispering, calling him a monster. Joey laughs a little. First they called me a trash picker, and now I'm a monster. What a life, huh? Then he adds, I just want to be a normal adventurer. But no one listens. The moment they see his real power, they run away. Mill, however, understood clearly. Joey wasn't the same person anymore. She smiles and says, you really need to start trusting yourself. And then excited, she adds, let's tell everyone the news. After a while, they reach the material shop. The old shopkeeper, as usual, snaps. What do you want now? Joey replies confidently, I'm here to sell. The shopkeeper scoffs. Whatever you bring, corpse scraper stuff is just garbage. But Joey had his trump card. He places something on the counter and asks, is this garbage too? The shopkeeper's eyes go wide. It's the legendary goblin tusk, a rare material. He asks, where did you get this? Joey answers, I defeated the monster myself. The old man doesn't believe him. So Joey calls Mill, and she dumps the entire pile of materials from their expedition onto the table. Joey says, so, are you buying or should I go somewhere else? The shopkeeper might be rude, but he knows quality. He immediately agrees to buy everything. Joey smirks and says, then give me a fair price. I'm already really frustrated. Later in the city food market, Joey goes to the bakery stall. The old baker, who always treated him kindly, watches as Joey places a pouch full of gold in front of him. Joey explains, I finally defeated a strong monster. I'm just really happy I didn't give up. Without hesitation, the baker hugs him tightly. I'm glad you didn't give up, son. But suddenly, a loud uproar comes from the village gate. Joey smiles a little. We'll finish this talk later. At the city gates, a pack of white werewolves is rampaging through everything. One of them is about to make a little girl its next snack. But right at the critical moment, Joey appears and saves her. He notices something strange about their behavior, but he still says, if these werewolves came to attack the village, they're one day late. As long as I'm here, no one's getting through the gate. All these monsters were level 8 werewolves, but the real problem hits when Joey remembers that Sid, Yerrick, and the others who were supposed to handle them had all run away. Everything now rested on Joey's shoulders. A werewolf lunges at him, but Joey dodges easily. The real issue is that the rest of them aren't focusing only on him. Some of them are charging at civilians, and Joey can't protect everyone at once. One civilian is seconds away from death, but Joey appears like a hero, shielding him with his own body and killing the beast instantly. He kneels and asks, are you hurt? The man nods, and when he looks closely, his eyes widen. Oh, you're that corpse scraper. Joey ignores that. What matters right now is saving lives. While he fights, the villagers slowly realize Joey isn't just a corpse scraper anymore. He's their true hero. He takes down the monsters one by one, then moves toward the last werewolf. With a single strike, Joey kills it. Energy flows into his body. The system message appears. Level absorbed. New level, 172. But Joe frowns. He counted 10 werewolves. At 8 levels each, that should be 80 levels. But he only gained 72. Something isn't right. He smirks softly. If people are finally starting to notice me, that's good. That's all I ever wanted. The next day, life in the small village returns to normal. Mill runs toward Joey happily, and he greets her with a smile. She notices something. Why aren't you wearing your armor? Joey snaps his fingers. Because now I can turn it on and off instantly. Mill is amazed. Wow, that's like magic. Joey, a little proud, says, it's thanks to this armor that I'm going to become a great adventurer. But one question still lingers in his mind. Why was that dead dragon there in the first place? Somewhere else inside the goblin nest, a loud voice echoes, run, hurry! An adventurer named Ter screams, stay away from that thing, run now! His teammates take off at full speed, but a pool of blood ahead reveals 2 teammates already gone. Ter, trembling, shouts, who are you? Come out! What stands before him doesn't speak, it only stares. Then its body releases a powerful electric surge. Ter laughs nervously, but it's the laugh of someone who's already accepted his fate. Yeah, it's my turn now. The creature charges the energy beam and fires mercilessly. A while earlier, Yurek's group was chasing a one-eyed troll. The troll ran into a goblin cave. Out of breath, Yurek complained, we paid a heavy price abandoning the werewolf mission. That fine was insane. The tired troll reaches the center of the cave and smells something strange. The scent pulls him deeper. When he gets there, he finds the rotting body of a dragon. But unlike others, the stench doesn't disgust him. To him, it smells delicious. Soon, Yurek and his group reach the same place. But what they see shocks them. The troll is devouring the dragon's flesh like an animal. One teammate mutters, something's seriously wrong. Right then, something burst out from inside the troll. Yurek instantly realizes the situation is about to get really bad. Meanwhile, Joey is already heading toward the strange sound he heard earlier. He's sure now. That wasn't my imagination. A louder sound follows. Joey becomes completely serious. He enters the cave, where the rotten smell gets even worse. Eventually, he reaches the place where he once found the armor. But this time, the scene is horrifying. A transformed troll is slaughtering Yurek's entire group one by one. The moment the creature senses a new presence, it tosses Yurek's teammate aside and locks its attention onto Joey. Joey is shocked too. This troll wasn't a normal monster anymore. Even after everything, Joey's level had now reached 180. He thought, with this much power, there's no way I can lose. But then the armor sent a warning. Level difference too high. Battle strongly discouraged. Joey paused for just 1 second. But that 1 second was enough. The troll noticed the opening and charged straight at him. The armor flashed another alert. Immediate dose recommended. But it was already too late. Joey took a brutal hit. He crashed to the ground, his entire body covered in deep wounds. He forced himself to focus. He needed to check this monster's status. The system's prediction turned out to be true. It was a fallen variant, and its level was 200. At that same moment, the armor sent another warning. Strong energy condensation detected. Location, troll's head. Immediate dose recommended. But Joey couldn't even move. Only 10 seconds remained before the attack would fire. He pushed with everything he had, trying to rise onto his knees. When only 1 second was left, he was almost standing. But it was too late. The monster didn't wait. It fired its energy beam immediately. Joey slammed against the wall. His condition became so bad he was nearly unconscious. By pure luck, when the monster saw him lying on the ground, it assumed he was dead and walked away. Sometime later, Joey slowly regained consciousness. The armor quietly sent a report. The owner's condition could have been considered dead. Joey let out a long breath. Thank you, luck. You saved me this time. The armor recommended immediate use of healing potions. Joey remembered the potions he got from the goblins. They were still with him. He drank the first potion, and little by little, his movement returned. He knew the monster was probably heading toward Ryko village now. He had to follow immediately. Just then, a familiar voice called out, "Hey, corpse scavenger!" Joey turned around and saw Yurek, barely alive but still breathing. Shamelessly, Yurek demanded, "Give me healing potions. It's not like they matter to trash like you. Once I drink them, I'm getting out of here. Let the village become the monster's meal." Joey paused for a moment. Then he asked the Abyss armor, "If I save him, will anything change?" The system replied, "Injuries are fatal. He is in extreme pain and will only live for a few more minutes." Hearing this, Joey asked another question. "Can I use level drain on humans too?" The system answered calmly, "Yes, it is possible." Joey took a deep breath. "No one can save you now, Jarek. You knew this yourself. You just wanted to escape the pain." He leaned closer and said, "I can do something to make this end faster." Jarek, who finally understood everything, whispered, do it now." Joey stayed silent for a moment. Then he said, "I never liked you, but saying goodbye like this feels sad." And he kept his word. Level drain activated. As Jarek's energy transferred, Joey's level jumped straight to 200. Later, the monster was moving through the forest, Raikal village coming into view. But at that exact moment, Joey appeared in front of it and slashed its arm. Joey said, "I hate to say this, but I can't lose anymore." He struck again, but this time the monster defended smartly. Still, Joey's sword remained pointed straight at him. He said, "Next time the enemy is down, finish the job. You spared me earlier. Now our levels are equal, and I'm not dragging this fight out. Let's get started." Then Joey added one more thing. "I didn't like Jarek, but I just killed someone I knew, with my own hands. I've never felt this angry in my life." The monster made the first move. Joey used its shoulder as a foothold, leaped upward, and landed a clean strike straight into its back. Suddenly, the monster began condensing energy near its eye. Joey thought, "This time I won't let you do it." But it was only a trick. The monster kicked him at the perfect moment, sending him flying. While Joey was completely defenseless, it ripped a whole tree from the ground and swung it like a weapon, smashing Joey with it. Joey was thrown an incredible distance. Even though the level difference was gone, the battle still felt completely even. Joey took another potion, his biggest advantage. He shouted angrily, "This isn't over!" and charged straight toward the monster's energy beam. But the system warned him, this attack cannot be blocked. Joey instantly changed strategy. At the last second, he dosed and then swung his sword with full power. The monster used its hardened wings as a shield, but Joey's rage-fueled strike was so strong it nearly sliced both wings in half. The monster staggered from the damage. Joey realized, finally, some progress. But suddenly the monster's attention shifted away from Joey. Its eye reflected the image of the village. Joey's expression tightened with fear. The monster powered up its legs and, with a single leap, launched itself high into the air. Everything happened so fast Joey couldn't react. It was clear now, the monster's next target was Raikal village. Without wasting a second, Joey sprinted after it. "If I don't stop it now, the next disaster will be the village." Moments later, the monster's shadow loomed over the village. Before people could even understand what was happening, a massive explosion shook everything. Screams echoed everywhere as chaos erupted. From inside the explosion walked the fallen variant, roaring with terrifying dominance. Joey was still chasing from behind, but when he saw the monster enter the village, even he felt fear. The creature destroyed anything in its path. Villagers ran desperately for their lives. Cries for help echoed in every direction. The troll was charging its energy beam again. Joey muttered under his breath, "Are you kidding me? Again?" The beam fired instantly and wiped out several houses in a single blast. Joey leaped off a rooftop, rage burning on his face, a rage too strong for words. He charged straight at the monster, and the troll shifted into defense mode, raising its hand to shield its eye. It tried to ignore Joey again, but this time Joey didn't let it. He jumped behind the troll, blocked its escape route, and delivered another powerful strike. For several seconds, the two clashed with brutal force. Attack against defense, blow after blow, but Joey refused to back down. He prepared for the next strike and shouted, "This isn't over! I'm not stopping until the village is safe!" The troll finally threw its full strength into the fight. Energy started building in its eye again, this time even faster. Joey didn't even get the chance to defend. The troll grabbed him mid-air and brought down a massive punch from above. Joey crashed into the center of the village with a loud, destructive impact. Now free again, the troll started running toward the village to destroy everything. But Joey wasn't someone who would give up like that. In his mind, only one thought remained. "I'm the last hope. If I fall, the village dies." Lying on the ground, he pushed himself up. His expression turned serious. "This time, I'm ending this. For good." A little later, the old baker walked straight into the troll's path. He didn't tremble. The monster roared to scare him, but he simply stood still. He thought, "This is a small village. Even if I run, they'll get me. Might as well stand here and hope a hero shows up." and his faith didn't fail him. Right then, Joey arrived. With a playful smile, Joey said, "I'm too clumsy to be a hero, man. I don't really give off that vibe." But the old baker smiled back. "Doesn't matter. You came. That makes you the hero." Joey's expression softened into seriousness. "I don't know if I can beat this thing, but one thing's for sure. Now we're on the same level." The old baker opened a small box and said, "Why think so negatively, kid?" He tossed a piece of bread to Joey. "A gift, for old time's sake." Joey caught it and stared at it. It was the same kind of bread he once got back when he was just a corpse scavenger. The old man chuckled. "Compared to those days, today doesn't look so bad, does it?" Joey ate the bread and made a disgusted face. "Your bread still tastes terrible." But then he smiled. "Still, it gave me courage." His face turned serious once again. He drew his sword and stared at the monster. "Get ready. This fight isn't over." This time Joey attacked first. He closed the distance with speed and used a feint, pretending to strike the eye but aiming for the arm instead. But the monster reacted quickly, grabbed him with its other hand, and hurled him far away. Joey crashed through multiple houses before hitting the ground. Desperation hit him. "How do I hurt this thing?" Then he heard a trembling voice behind him. He turned and saw a small child standing nearby. Joey immediately shouted, "Run! Get out of here!" But the kid was frozen in panic. And just to make things worse, the troll's predatory instinct locked onto the boy. In a single second, it lunged toward him, roaring and ready to strike. But at the last moment, Joey jumped between the boy and the attack, taking the full blow himself. The child shook with fear, but survived. Barely able to stand, Joey said again, "Please, just run. I can't hold it off any longer." The monster began charging a final and deadly blast. Joey urged the boy again, "Show a little courage." Shaking like a leaf, the boy slowly stood up and whispered, "I'll try." Then he ran as fast as he could, never looking back. Now Joey was alone facing the monster. The system warned him, enemy energy fully charged, immediate retreat recommended. Joey exhaled and spoke to his armor. "Sorry, Abyss, not this time." The monster fired the laser. It blasted through Joey, tore through several houses, and destroyed everything in its path. But Joey survived by blocking it with his sword. Though the force was overwhelming, he could barely move. He realized, being the same level doesn't matter. Skill makes all the difference. Badly damaged, Joey thought of taking a potion, but remembered he'd lost it earlier when he crashed through the houses. Slowly, his strength faded. Everything grew dark, like he was sinking into an endless abyss. A voice inside him whispered, "I failed. I couldn't save the village." But even in that darkness, a tiny spark of hope remained. "Maybe someone can help me. Please," Joey prayed silently. Suddenly, someone poured the last potion into his mouth. Moments later, Joey's eyes opened. A girl stood in front of him. He quickly sat up. "Who are you?" She replied calmly, "My name is Leela. I'm from this village, and I want to save the place where I grew up, the place I love." A monstrous roar shook the air again. Joey knew he had to return to the fight soon. But before he moved, Leela smiled and said, "I've been watching you for a while. You're fighting to protect the village. Knowing someone still cares makes me happy." She held out her hand. "For now, let's run together." But Joey refused instantly. "I'm the only one who can stop it. Running isn't an option." Leela's expression sharpened. "Right now, running is the only option. If you fall here, no one will be left to save the village. You're the last one, Joey, and until your injuries heal, you shouldn't face that monster." Joey fell silent. Then reluctantly, he admitted, "You're right. I need time to get back to full strength." Suddenly, the monster dropped down from above, landing right in front of them. Leela grabbed Joey's hand without hesitation, and Joey took it. They ran toward a safer place. As they turned into a narrow alley, Joey asked, "How do you know my name?" Leela laughed. "Joey is pretty famous around here." Joey sighed. "Because of that corpse scavenger reputation?" Leela said, "That's part of it, but the real reason is, I think you're a hero. I was there the day the werewolves attacked. Since then, I've believed Joey can really save everyone." Joey looked into her hopeful eyes and clenched his fist. He promised, "I'll save this village, no matter what." Her eyes sparkled. But right then they heard another sound, a human scream. They ran toward it, and the scene was horrifying. A bandit was dragging a girl, trying to take her out of town. His twisted smile said everything. "Thank you, monster. With no one left to stop us, we can do whatever we want. Big money, too." Joey's blood boiled. Then he realized something worse. One of the bandits had already spotted Leela in their hiding spot. The girl Joey had just saved became a hostage again. A bald man spoke in a cold, serious tone. If you want the girls safe, follow our rules. First order, go stand by that carriage. Joey obeyed without arguing, but as soon as he walked near the carriage, they kicked him down. The leader seemed confused. I said we don't need men. But then his eyes fell on Leela. He scanned her from head to toe, then gave a disgusting grin. Oh, this is a jackpot. She'll sell for a very high price. Joey asks angrily, do you have even a shred of humanity left in you? The leader replies, not at all. We came here to loot this village from the start, so be grateful we haven't killed anyone yet. Joey's blood boils. That's enough. I'm ending you disgusting scum right here. The leader sees the expression on Joey's face and smirks. He walks close and asks, so, you an adventurer or something? Then he leans in and whispers in Joey's ear, pretty embarrassing, isn't it? Even with all that strength, you still can't do anything. The bandits start preparing to leave. The leader says, take good care of that girl. If this adventurer interferes, the whole plan will collapse. Joey had been waiting for that one single moment. Right then, Mill quietly sneaks up behind a bandit with a knife. The bandit instantly becomes alert and shouts, back attack! But since he already suspected something, he dodges easily and doesn't let go of Leela, causing her to fall straight to the ground. The bold bandit laughs. You can't beat me. Leela shocks him by saying, I know, it's fine. The bandit gets confused. Why? Giving up already? Leela says, because I'm not alone. Someone else is behind you who'll deal with you. In the next moment, Joey steps forward, eyes blazing. No hesitation this time. He swings a powerful punch right into the bold bandit's face. The hit is so strong that the bandit flies through the air, crashes into the ground, and is instantly knocked out. Joey catches Leela in his arms. Seeing this, the leader yells, everyone get over here! Kill the hero! All the bandits surround Joey from every direction. One of them says, you're not getting out of this. This is your end. Joey doesn't say a word. He stays completely silent as they all rush at him at once. But at that exact moment, Joey remembers what the bald bandit said before losing. You need to understand the difference in power. Joey activates mass level absorption. Within seconds, every bandit around him drops one by one. Only one man is left standing, the leader, and now he's trembling in fear. Joey steps forward and confirms, yeah, I'm at level 200 now. The leader makes one last desperate move. He draws his sword and charges at Joey with everything he's got, but Joey ends it in a single strike. The energy from the leader funnels right into Joey. The armor system notifies him, new level 250, maximum human level achieved. Joey is shocked. 250? That's the max? The system answers, yes, this is the human limit. Joey thinks out loud, I've never seen an adventurer at such a high level, but I never imagined there was an actual limit. When everything is over, Leela runs up to Joey and hugs him tightly. Thank you for saving me. Joey smiles and says, don't thank me. If that potion hadn't kicked in on time, I wouldn't be alive either. Leela laughs softly. Still, you're my hero. Joey looks into her eyes, then looks at the bodies of the bandits scattered around. He becomes serious. I don't think of myself as a hero. If I left them alive, they would have attacked another village. I picked up the sword because I didn't see any other way. Leela gently replies, you didn't do anything wrong. Joey asks, what do you mean? Leela speaks even more firmly. If you hadn't picked up that sword, none of us would be alive. Your blade saved us, and that's why you shouldn't look down on yourself. She smiles. I don't want Joey to see himself as less. Hearing that, Joey smiles a little and says, thank you, that actually helps. I think my confidence just came back. Right then, Mill arrives too. She happily reports, I evacuated everyone safely. Joey gives her a light pat on the back. Good job, Mill beams. She'd finally realized she couldn't just depend on Joey for everything. So she says, this time I'm fighting with you till the end. But Joey, having already taken care of the bandits, smiles lightly. There's no need now. Mill is surprised for a moment, but then she understands. A few seconds later, the monster is still tearing the village apart. Joey turns to the girls and says, both of you get as far away as you can, because now the system clearly declares, at level 250, the user can dominate this monster easily. Joey is fully ready to finish this fight. Without him even moving, the monster drops down from the sky. When it lands on the walls and crashes to the ground, the shockwave is so strong the girls almost lose their balance. But Joey stands completely steady. Calmly, he says, there's no more running. It ends here. Then he looks at them. Go! Leela and Mill grab each other's hands and run. Now it's just Joey and the monster. Joey looks at it and says, maybe I was scared before, but not anymore. This duel ends now. The monster roars to assert dominance, but Joey doesn't even flinch. The next second, he charges forward himself. Before, Joey didn't even have a real sword. Then he got one, and he started protecting people. Now he holds that same sword, but with something new inside him. A purpose. He remembers the fight with the werewolf, the moment he had to kill Yarrick, and the hopeful faces of the villagers looking to him for protection. Joey says, now it's time to fulfill all their hopes. This sword isn't just mine, it represents everyone who wants to live. With a new aura around him, Joey stares down the monster. You should feel honored. You're the first enemy who will feel the true strength of humanity. As always, the monster roars in anger and panic and charges at Joey to kill him. But the moment it attacks, Joey swats it away through the air. Calmly, he says, these cheap attacks won't work on me anymore. He punches the monster's chest so hard it crashes far away. Joey flies toward it, landing another blow on the exact same spot. Dust explodes everywhere from the impact. The monster gathers energy in its eye. Its final trump card, the light beam. The system itself warns him. Energy concentration is far higher than before. Joey doesn't move an inch. I'm standing right here. Let's see how long you last. The monster fires the most powerful energy beam it has. Joey stands still, and a barrier automatically forms, blocking the entire attack, because the level difference between them is now 50. Joey knows it now. Losing is impossible. The village is destroyed, but now it's become a battlefield. The monster roars again, but this time there's fear in the roar. Joey's overwhelming aura terrifies the beast itself. In the blink of an eye, Joey appears in front of it. Don't run! The monster tries to counter with a punch, but Joey dodges effortlessly and punches it straight in the head. It collapses, shocked. Even lying down, it tries charging another laser. Joey is getting bored. Still doing the same thing? You're really starting to annoy me. Fine, let me show you what real despair looks like. He stands there as the monster fires another full power beam. Joey doesn't budge. Eventually, the monster's energy runs out. Smoke spills from its eye. When the dust clears, Joey is standing there untouched. The monster's face twists with rage and defeat. It roars again, I don't care, I'll fight again, and unleashes all of its attacks at once, physical and eye beams. But Joey dodges every single one. Now it's Joey's turn. The monster tries blocking with its arm, its biggest mistake. Joey's sword slices straight through it in one strike. The beast is wounded. Joey steps back and says, get on your knees. Let's end this. The monster's pride can't stand it. It fires beams wildly in every direction, but none of them work. Joey swings a horizontal slash so powerful the monster falls to its knees. Joey leaps onto it. You caused these people so much pain. Then he drives his sword straight into the center of its eye. The monster that once seemed unbeatable collapses. Joey wins. The system tries absorbing its level, but the cap is already reached. Maximum level achieved, 250. Then the system unlocks something new. Abyss armor feature, unlock level conversion. Now Joey can surpass the human limit. The next day, rebuilding begins. A man on a roof asks for wood. A helper yells back that he's sending it up. The helper trips on a stone and falls. Before he hits the ground, a shadow catches him. Joey. He's not just a corpse scrapper anymore. He's the village's protector. The villager smiles. Thank you, hero. Joey just nods. A moment later, Joey thinks, that level conversion system, what exactly is it? The system answers, the user can now convert levels into epic skills. Joey never gained XP like others, so he never had skills. But he doesn't hesitate anymore. The system recommends a skill beyond human limits. The cost, 240 levels. Joey says to himself, if I really want to do something big, this is necessary. Without hesitation, he says, request the skill. The system begins the process. Joey trembles as his power drains out of him. Light bursts from his body so bright the entire village sees it. With a loud flash, the system announces, payment received, skill granted. Joey stays quiet for a moment, but deep inside he feels proud. Once people called him a corpse scavenger. Today he's something new. The system speaks again. The user has surpassed the maximum human level. You are now a transcendent being. Meanwhile, at the village gate, a man returns angrily. I came back because it was finally time. But his real anger is that the beast he came to defeat, someone else killed it first. Back to Joey. The system suddenly updates. Due to surpassing the max level, the 200 XP previously stored is now transferred to the user. Joey remembers. Right, when I killed the monster, the level didn't absorb. Now his new level is 210. Joey thinks, maybe I should start getting those smaller epic skills. The ones that aren't too expensive. If I collect enough of them, I might become the strongest adventurer in the world. But suddenly, Leela runs toward him and jumps into his arms, hugging him tightly. With a warm smile, she says, "I was looking for you." Joey apologizes softly. "Sorry, yesterday I was busy putting out fires." Mill arrives behind her and teases, "This girl was really worried about you. And, well, so was I." Leela insisted, "If we're okay today, it's only because of you." She got a little shy, leaned forward, and kissed Joey on the cheek. For a second, their eyes met. Then Leela closed her eyes and whispered, "I love you," before running away with her entire face bright red. Joey was completely shocked. Mill, who was standing right next to him, started laughing in her usual cool fashion. Right then, the old baker walked in, laughing. "Wow, my godson! Strong in power and strong in luck too!" Joey shouted in a mix of anger and embarrassment. "Both of you get out." Inside, he was already panicking. "What am I supposed to do now?" And right on cue, the system popped up in a completely serious tone. "Recommended action. Show your manliness." Joey's face turned even redder. A few days later, on the entrance road to Reiko village, a new group of adventurers approached. Their leader looked around and said, "Looks like this is the place we were sent to." But as soon as he saw how quiet the area was, he frowned. "Why is it so silent here? Don't tell me we're late." One of his teammates said, "I think the village got hit by another monster attack." The green-haired adventurer added, "We need to go inside and find out what happened." The leader gave an order. "Let's move. Stay behind me." Meanwhile, back at that same goblin cave where everything had happened before, a terrifying roar erupted. But this time, the source was a dark, powerful black dragon that had appeared inside. On the other side of the forest, Joey was testing his new knife-throwing skills on some herbivore dinosaurs. One by one, they dropped. Yes, Joey was level 1 again, but now he had new epic skills. One was permanent poison effect, which had cost him 200 whole levels. Just a tiny touch of a poisoned knife, and the enemy's health would drop non-stop. The other was knife accuracy increase. Now he could land precise shots from insane distances. A moment later, a small glowing orb floated toward him. It was a clear sign a monster had just died. Joey absorbed the level instantly and jumped from level 1 straight to level 41. But he didn't stop. He upgraded the poison skill again, and his level dropped right back to level 1. He was tired, but he had already pierced through 20 monsters by himself. Within a few hours, he was close to level 200 again. Once he finished his target count, Joey headed back toward the village. But when he arrived, chaos had already taken over. "What happened here?" Joey asked immediately. An adventurer named Jan stepped forward. "Are you an adventurer too?" Before Joey could reply, Jan opened his system and checked Joey's status. The moment he saw the low level, his expression changed. None of them knew Joey had converted all his power into skills. Everyone judged him instantly, but Joey had tasted this insult many times before. Jan tried to lighten the tension. "Looks like he's a new adventurer." "No," Joey calmly said. "I've been doing this for years." Suddenly, the entire group froze. A white-haired guy named Key jumped in sarcastically. "Whoa, this guy can be serious?" But as soon as he saw Joey's emotionless face, he shut up. Then Kai remembered something. "I heard about an adventurer, the weakest one. People used to call him the corpse scraper." Joey didn't flinch. "Yeah, that's me." "So, what are you going to do about it?" His voice had a threat that silenced the whole area. Jan finally spoke again. "We're here on a guild request. We got reports of an unusual monster in this area." Joey asked, "What monster?" Jan said, "A black dragon. People call it the Flaming Dragon. Level 150 minimum. Too strong for just a few adventurers. So the guild gathered all the epic skill users to form one team." Then he added, "You just stay out of the way. We'll handle it." He shook Joey's hand. Inside, Joey was already thinking, if it's really only level 150, I can kill it myself. But what if this black dragon is connected to the one from the cave? Just then, an adventurer came running at full speed. "Leader, hurry!" Still catching his breath, he shouted, "We found the Flaming Dragon. The situation is out of control." Far away, the first group that encountered the dragon was already falling apart. They finally realized how terrifying the black flaming dragon truly was. The recon unit led the dragon straight toward the prairie. Jan yelled, "Move out! Everyone get ready!" The warriors cheered. Joey scanned the team. Levels ranged from 80 to 120. They all had epic skills, but the enemy was level 150, or so they thought. Joey already knew they were going to lose, so he shouted, "Leader, let me come with you." But Joey was level 1 again because of his skill conversions. The monsters he poisoned earlier were dying now, and he would soon shoot past level 200. But Jan knew none of this. Jan refused. I'm not risking my men with someone who's level 1. Everyone stared, judged, laughed. Level 1? You'll help us? Please. Kai stepped in again. I'll speak for the leader. Stay behind, weakling. Everyone laughed and Joey was left standing alone again. But Joey already knew these types of people. They judged only by surface level. Still, guilt gnawed at him. If he did nothing, people would die. But he had to wait until his level came back. Soon the team that thought they were the strongest began shaking in fear. This isn't a level 150 monster. The reports were wrong. In front of us is the Black Dragon King, level 300. Title, the Flaming Destroyer. A dragon so strong it commanded all black dragons. Its height, its aura, its flames, beyond disaster level. Jan's face showed fear for the first time. We can't beat this alone. Prepare for retreat. But the Dragon King wasn't planning to wait. One single tail strike sent Jan flying like a useless insect. Far away, Joey was sprinting toward the battlefield. He saw the beast and instantly recognized it. It's the same dragon from the Goblin Cave. How is it alive again? There was no time to think. Only one mission. Stop it. The Dragon King began condensing its flame power in its mouth, preparing a catastrophic attack. Joey yelled to his armor, "How long till my levels come back?" The system answered, 30 seconds, but the dragon could fire any second. Joey screamed, "Hurry up and return my power." Then one by one, XP lights formed behind him. Every poison monster that died returned its XP. His level shot all the way up to 201. Instead of going higher, Joey immediately activated a new skill, Flame Nullification. The Dragon King unleashed its full fire breath straight at Joey. Flames erupted everywhere, destroying the land. But only one person survived, Leader Jan. Jan stared in disbelief. This kid, he blocked the flaming destroyer's breath. Kai, barely alive, gasped. This corpse scraper, how did he outlast all of us? Joey said quietly, because I'm far stronger than all of you. But even then, I couldn't save you. I'm sorry, that was my failure. Kai collapsed to the ground, lifeless. Something inside Joey shattered. No matter how strong I become, people will still die in front of me. In rage, he screamed, "Enough! Today, right now, I'm ending this dragon." The Dragon King charged another fire attack. People shouted, "Kid, move! Get back!" But Joey didn't move. He caught the fireball with his bare hands and crushed it like it was nothing. He said coldly, "Your flames won't work on me anymore." The Dragon King roared in fury and unleashed everything it had. Joey deflected every single blast without breaking a sweat. But to gain flame immunity, Joey had sacrificed a huge amount of levels. He was now only level 21. He wondered, can I beat this thing at this level? Do I have any way to level up again fast? The Dragon King switched to physical attacks and charged at him with its massive claws. Joey knew. At this level, I can't block those claws. Right then, while he was watching the front, its tail whipped around from behind at impossible speed. It seemed unavoidable. But suddenly a new voice echoed, "Enough of this circus!" And with a single strike, not just the tail, but the entire dragon was cut clean in half. The dragon's body fell in two pieces, and a man calmly stepped onto its corpse as if it were nothing. Joey, shocked and bruised on the ground, shouted, "Who are you?" The man smiled with complete confidence. "My name is Balder, one of the few Calamity-class adventurers on this entire continent." Joey's jaw dropped. "I've never seen a Calamity class in real life." He quickly checked his system. It showed, level 300 Balder. With a glimmer of hope, Joey asked, "Did you come here to save us?" But Balder's expression twisted. "Save you?" he replied. "I didn't come here to save anyone. I came here to fight that black-armored adventurer who ruined my plan." Joey blinked. "What plan?" Balder smiled and slowly began revealing everything. "When I asked the locals, everyone said a black-armored hero saved the village from a one-eyed monster. But then I found out he was just a weakling." The Dragon King suddenly twitched. It wasn't completely dead yet. Balder casually stabbed his sword into its body again. Then Balder said, "As long as the flaming destroyer's core isn't broken, this dragon won't die. I already killed it once in the goblin nest." Now Joey understood. "So you're the one who released it that day." Balder answered calmly, "Because when that one-eyed monster ate this dragon's flesh, its body went berserk. That made it perfect for me. A completely uncontrollable monster attacking a village, then I show up as the savior who slays it, and I get way more fame than killing just a dragon." Joey was stunned. All this, just to get fame? Balder burst out laughing. Kid, what do you think calamity rank adventurers live for? Fame, gold, and women. That's what life is about. Hearing that disgusting truth, Joey's decision solidified. With rage in his voice, he said, "You let innocent people die just to boost your reputation. You're not getting out of here alive. Abyss armor, lend me some power, because today I'm taking down this calamity class." Balder laughed. "You're going to beat me?" But his laugh slowly turned into anger as he unleashed his aura. Joey immediately understood. He's level 300, and I'm only level 21. If I fight him head-on, he'll crush me. Then his eyes shifted to something behind Balder, the flaming dragon's crystal core, lying on the ground, already cracked. If I can break that core and absorb its level energy, I might actually win. "System," Joey shouted, "is there any skill I can use from a distance to break that core?" The system began scanning. But before it finished, Balder leaped forward and landed a punch straight into Joey, sending him sliding across the dirt. Then the system completed its search. A new skill unlocked, micro-explosive weapon. A weapon could self-detonate, and it cost only 20 points. Joey remembered his old poison knife. "This is my trump card." Balder shouted angrily, "You're still alive!" But Joey wasn't scared anymore. He quietly requested, "Activate micro-explosive weapon." He pulled out his poison knives and smirked. "Time to flip this game." He threw 3 knives into the air. Balder easily deflected them. "Impressive skill," he said sarcastically. "But what's the point if you can't hit me?" Joey shook his head. "You're right, but you weren't the target." The real plan was in motion. The third knife was flying straight toward the dragon's cracked core. When it reached the crystal, Joey shouted, "Detonate!" A massive blast erupted, shattering the Dragon King's core. Joey smiled. "That's the end of the flaming destroyer." Immediately, an enormous surge of XP burst out from the dragon's body. Balder's expression changed completely as he watched all of it flow straight into Joey. Joey charged at him, and suddenly the two clashed. Balder couldn't understand. This kid was level 21 just minutes ago. What is he doing now? Joey answered, "You were right, I was weak, but now I'm level 301. Balder roared, "Now I understand how you beat that one-eyed monster. It was all because of your cheap skill." In rage, he unleashed a devastating attack that sent Joey flying. "One level difference won't beat me, kid. I'm a calamity class." He slammed his weapon into the ground, but Joey had vanished. From above, Joey dropped a massive overhead blow straight at him. "You talk about experience? You think a greedy sword can beat me?" Joey shouted as he landed strike after strike on Balder's body. Balder's aura exploded even stronger. "Black-armored boy, you dare yell in my presence?" His eyes burned with madness. He shook with rage. "Shut up!" Then he activated his epic ability, Manifestation of the Tyrant God. The sky screamed. Lightning crashed down. A thunderstrike hit Balder, but instead of harming him, it filled him with power. His body began transforming. His hair whipped through the air. Lightning surged through his veins. Joey swallowed in fear. Balder repeated only one word, "Power." Then he launched a catastrophic attack straight toward Joey. "Don't run," Balder roared. "If this hits you, it's over." Joey ran with everything he had. Now he understood what the Tyrant God's power truly was. Only one option remained, the one-time skill he had seen in his list. "System, request, skill," Joey yelled. Balder attacked again, trying to stop him. But suddenly a shield materialized in front of Joey, taking the full impact. Joey was thrown back to the ground, but survived. Then Ian stood up for the last time. "If we had defeated the dragon earlier, my team would still be alive." Tears ran down his face as he pleaded, "Please, avenge them." Joey saw the sincerity in his eyes. He nodded. "I'll take their revenge." Then Joey said, "System, curse of the black armor." Balder was still attacking non-stop. "Stop talking and die already," the system notified. "This skill can be used only once. Do you confirm?" Joey said, "Yes." The system replied, "Cost, 1 level minimum, plus optional additional level sacrifice." With absolute determination, Joey said, "Take it all. Apply the additional level cost." The system confirmed, 300 levels offered. Conversion initiated. Then the entire sky trembled. A transcendent burst of light erupted, like a divine force descending straight from the heavens. Jan, who was watching everything from a distance, shouted in shock, "Who even is this guy?" The level conversion finally completed. Joey had dropped all the way back down to level 1. Balder burst out laughing. "It's over for you, hero. You're just a weakling again." He smirked, thinking, "Now this is going to be fun," and charged at Joey, ready to send him straight to the afterlife. But reality was far from what he imagined, because this was Joey's real plan. "If I fall, I'm dragging you down with me." At that exact moment, the Black Armor's curse activated. A dark, terrifying energy erupted from Joey's body and wrapped itself around Balder. Within seconds, Balder screamed, "My power! It's dropping!" Joey spoke calmly, his voice cold and controlled. "This is the curse of the Black Armor. For every extra level I sacrificed, I'm taking that power from you." He stepped forward and asked, "So tell me, how many levels do you have left now?" Panicking, Balder shouted, "Stop! It can't be real. This is impossible." But Joey simply smiled. "Now we're equals, level 1 versus level 1. And in the next moment, Balder, the Calamity-class adventurer, crashed down from the sky and hit the ground hard. He quickly pulled up his magic window. The number on the screen froze him. Level 1. He trembled with rage, but his arrogance still didn't die. I won't lose. I'm still Calamity-class." Joey appeared in front of him with a perfect strike. A long time ago, in a place called Raikal Village, they used to mock a kid and call him a corpse looter. Today, that same kid dragged a legend down to level 1. Joey continued. "There was a boy who never got XP. He never leveled up. Level 1 was his entire life." Balder still couldn't accept any of it. "Stop! Don't mess with me!" he screamed, swinging his sword. Joey stepped back but never stopped talking. But even then, that boy learned to fight better than the entire world, while staying level 1, and they called him the corpse looter. Balder's condition kept worsening. One arm was already severed, and blood was pouring from his wounds. "I'm not finished yet," he snarled. Joey's face stayed calm. "This fight is over." But Balder's pride refused to die. Screaming, he charged at Joey from behind, but that was the mistake that turned a legend into a failure. Joey spun, ripped the sword out of Balder's hand, and struck again, and again. 10 cuts in seconds. Every strike carried one message: your time is over. Finally, Balder collapsed to the ground, defeated. A few seconds later, Ian stumbled toward Joey. "Thank you for avenging my team," he said with a shaky voice. Joey gave a small smile. "You don't need to thank me. I didn't do it because someone asked me. I did it because I couldn't forgive him either." But the story wasn't over yet. Balder, lying half dead on the ground, spoke again. "My arm is gone. My Calamity title is gone. But listen, this won't end here. The others will come as soon as they learn I'm missing. And when they do, your end will come too." Joey looked straight into his eyes. "If another Calamity comes, I'll defeat him. If 10 come, I'll defeat all 10. I'm not a corpse looter anymore. I'm the protector of Raikal. And this story has only just begun." Balder let out a weak laugh. "I hope that confidence stays with you until you die." Blood was flowing fast from his body, and suddenly something on him began glowing. Ian panicked. "That's a teleportation item." Joey rushed forward to stop him, but Balder whispered, "If you survive today, next time I'll kill you myself." And before Joey could reach him, Balder shot up into the sky, teleporting away. "He escaped," Ian gasped. "What do we do now? He could come back any time." But Joey remained calm. "Let him come. He'll lose next time too. And the time after that." Hearing that, Ian finally relaxed a little. They walked into silence for a few seconds before Ian said, "I need to report everything to my city." But Joey suddenly apologized, something Ian didn't expect. "Sorry, but I need a favor." "You sure?" Ian asked. Joey nodded. "Yeah, I've decided." Ian wondered what someone this powerful could possibly need from him. But Joey's request shocked him. He said, "Take me to another city. I want to leave this village behind." "Why?" "Because the Calamity-class adventurers are coming for me. And if I stay, the next battle will happen here. I can't watch the place I was born burn because of me." Ian understood everything now. "All right, I'll take you." He showed Joey a necklace with a magical communication stone. "Wine, I've already called other adventurers to protect the village. You can go now. It's safe." Joey thanked him from his heart. As they walked toward the city road, Mill watched from far away and ran toward them, panicked. But Joey didn't turn back. They reached the old bakery where they had spent their childhood, but today the shutters were closed. Ian asked, "Anyone you want to say goodbye to?" Joey lowered his head. "Yeah, but I won't go to them. Not to Uncle, not to Mill, not to Leela. If they stay connected to me, they'll get hurt too." They reached the city entrance. Ian warned him, If you leave now, coming back won't be easy. But Joey didn't look back. I'm not doubting anything. Let's go. Just then, a voice called out. Joey turned around and saw his uncle. If you're leaving, the old man said softly, don't leave with a heavy heart. I heard you're going on a journey, so I made you some bread. Joey lowered his head. I'm sorry, Uncle. I was going to leave without telling you. But his uncle smiled warmly. I've watched you since you were a kid. At least show me one smile before you go. And Joey did. A small, real, warm smile. Goodbye, Uncle. A few miles away from the village, Ian said, your uncle's a good man. Joey nodded. He quietly took a bite of the bread. How is it? Ian asked. Joey smiled faintly. Perfect. Next destination, Duramu, the southern administrative city. Back in Raykal, Mill told everything to Leela, but it was too late. Joey was already gone. Near Duramu, a market wagon was suddenly attacked by a group of level 5 goblins. Ian jumped. That's a market supply wagon. Joey calmly said, hold my bread bag. Why? Ian asked. Because before entering the city, I need to raise my level a bit. Next scene. Joey destroying goblins one by one. Ian stood in the distance, whispering in disbelief. How far is this guy going to go? In seconds, the monsters were wiped out. And now, let's head to Duramu. Soon the tall towers, busy streets, and massive gates appeared. Welcome to Duramu, the city that runs the entire southern continent. Every street filled with adventurers, guilds, weapons, talent. Ian said, the southern branch of the Central Adventurer Management Council is here too. But listen, if you walk in at a very high level, everyone will notice. You defeated Baldur, and if that gets out, other calamity lunatics will hunt you down. So Joey stayed at level 100 for now. Joey smiled. For now, I'm not looking for power. I'm looking for peace. Learn something from this little guy, Ian said, pointing to a trembling rabbit hiding nearby. After the goblin fight, the bunny was still shaking. Ian picked it up gently and smiled. Do you know what adventurers really exist for? To protect peace, not to show off their strength. Joey quietly thought, I need to be like Ian, not like Baldur. A high level isn't enough. You need a sense of justice too. So where do we go first? Joey asked. Ian grinned. To the Central Management Council, we have to report the Dragon King. At the council headquarters, they went to the main desk. A receptionist greeted them with a smile. Are you here to submit your conclusion report? Ian replied, I already reported via magic message. All right, she said, I'll bring the reward. But first, can you remind me what the mission was? Without hesitation, Ian said, to kill the Dragon King of Raykal Village. The receptionist's face instantly turned pale. That was a high-level mission. She hurriedly placed 4 bags of gold on the table. This is payment from the victims' families and what we give to survivors. But now, you're the only one left. Joey finally understood why Ian had been so depressed. That gold wasn't a reward for him. It was a painful reminder. As they walked out, Joey asked, why is it so quiet? Ian replied, think about it. If someone leads a team, all their friends die, and only he survives. What do you think people are going to call him? Joey went silent. But before he could completely process it, the fear Ian talked about became real. In front of the council hall, hundreds of people had gathered, every pair of eyes filled with hatred. Because of you, my brother died. You killed everyone and came back to collect the reward alone. Shame on you! The crowd screamed, cursed, and accused him. Ian stood in the middle of it all. Yeah, I was the leader. My team died. I tried, but I couldn't save them. For a few seconds, the crowd went quiet. Then the yelling came back, even louder. Oh, really? That dragon was just level 150. The moment Joey heard that, his eyes lit up with anger. 150? Wait, that dragon was level 300 Flaming Dragon King. He turned toward the crowd. Listen up! You're talking about the wrong monster. But Ian gave him a tired smile. Thanks, Joey, but this fight is mine. If the evacuation had started earlier, maybe some would have lived. I didn't act fast enough. I have to face that. Joey was about to respond when someone in the crowd shouted, Tell the truth! You let them die on purpose so you could take the reward for yourself. That one line made Joey snap. He pushed forward into the crowd. What are you even talking about? Ian's not that kind of person. He risked his own life, and you're calling him greedy? Ian was shocked. He had never seen Joey talk like that. Today, a corpse-looting kid stood up to protect someone's honor. Shut up, a bald man yelled. We don't want to hear anything from an outsider like you. Joey stared straight into his eyes. I'm not an outsider. I'm an adventurer. I fought the Flame Destroyer alongside Ian. That monster was a level 300 Dragon King. The crowd froze. Level 300? How did anyone survive that? But the bald guy still didn't believe it. Lies! Stop acting tough! A level 1 kid survived that dragon? Yeah, right, Joey answered. Because I have a lot of miracles. The man burst into laughter, like he heard a joke. Miracles? What is this? A comic book? Get lost or I'll cut you down? Joey's eyes hardened. I'm not moving. And in the next second, the tension exploded. Their swords clashed, so fast the gust hit everyone around them. Ian shouted, Joey, stop! I was the leader. I failed them. And you're fighting to protect a useless leader's reputation? But Joey spun around and yelled, No! You're the one who stayed with your team till the very end. What happened that day was an accident no one could have stopped. But you didn't run. You stood alone against a level 300 monster. What's there to be ashamed of? Joey struck with a clean, perfect hit, knocking the bald man's weapon out of his hand. The man staggered back, trembling. Silence fell over the crowd. A corpse looter had fought for a real hero. His name was Joey, and now everyone was listening to him. Joey asked calmly, with pride in his voice, a man who cries for his fallen teammates, how can he be called a bad leader? If you want to take responsibility, fine, but I won't let you live under a lie. People deserve to know you stood your ground till the end. Ian's eyes filled with tears. Why are you doing all this for me, Joey? Joey smiled and reached out his hand. Because you're an adventurer I genuinely respect, and that reason is enough. The crowd stayed silent. But the story wasn't done. The bald man suddenly pulled out a hidden knife and threw it at Ian. It was so fast nobody could react. But an old man shot in like lightning, blocking the knife midair. His sword stopped an inch from the bald man's neck. I've been waiting for Ian's return. Joey instantly pulled out his sword and pointed it at the old man. He looked simple, but his aura was terrifying. Stop, Joey! Ian grabbed his arm. This is my guild master. The guild is Sword of Salvation, and this is Jilly, level 200. Joey was confused, even a little tense. Jilly glared at him. So you're the kid who saved Ian from the flame destroyer? The crowd gasped. Is that true? But the old man didn't stop. You're also the one who defeated Baldur? Joey was shocked. How do you know that? Ian finally explained. I reported everything to the guild in the central management. Baldur left the dragon half dead, but Joey destroyed the core. Since Baldur's intentions were dirty, we got the reward. Jilly was away, but he learned everything through magic messages. And when Jilly returned, he saw people blaming Ian without knowing anything. Jilly's anger was something completely different. Being an adventurer means protecting peace, even at the cost of your own life. Joey remembered. Those were the same words Ian had said when he hugged that little bunny. Jilly continued. Blaming those who died protecting us is an insult to their sacrifice. The crowd fell silent again. Joey slowly asked, So Gilly's on our side? Ian nodded but added, Yeah, but he's not exactly soft. And that was proven instantly when Jilly spoke. Ian, you're expelled from this guild. A shockwave of silence hit the crowd. Joey's face twisted with anger. Ian sank in sadness. Jilly said coldly, Misunderstandings can be forgiven. Incompetence cannot. A leader who loses his entire team has no place in a prestigious guild like Sword of Salvation. Ian accepted the decision without arguing, but made one last request. I want Joey to be recruited into this guild. He's a promising adventurer. Jilly thought for a moment and agreed. But Joey suddenly shouted, No! I reject the offer. Ian was stunned. Why? Joey stepped forward. Maybe the system was right to expel you, but a guild that has so little loyalty and value? I can't stay there for even a day, Ian tried to explain. Joey, think about the benefits you'll get in this guild. But Joey had already decided. So tell me, do I need to join a guild to stay an adventurer? Ian nodded slowly. Yeah, otherwise the system won't consider you active. All right, Joey smiled. If that's the rule, then I'll just make my own guild. Ian blinked. What? Seriously? Yeah, we'll build it together, and you'll be the first member. A few hours later, after wandering around the city, they reached the place that would become their new guild base. But the moment they opened the door, their smiles disappeared. Dude, is this a guild base or a junkyard? Joey coughed. Ian smiled. Yeah, it's perfect for us. A place to start fresh. Joey looked at Ian, and after everything that happened today, the anger, sadness, frustration, he suddenly felt lighter. He held Ian's hand and said, You've always been my guide. So in this guild, teach me everything too. I want to learn a lot from you. The guild really was in terrible shape. Joey opened a cabinet, and so much dust came out that he instantly started coughing hard. Ian burst into uncontrollable laughter. First thing we gotta do is clean this place, Joey said. Ian nodded. They had only a few gold coins left, but Joey didn't care. He picked up a bucket and a mop, smiled, and said, "Come on, man, let's clean this house first, then the world." And that's how two broken boys began a new guild and a new story. No sponsors, no fame, but they had one thing: trust in each other. "Bro, be careful." Ian barely finished before thud. Joey slipped straight onto his back and the mop fell right on his head. Joey looked at himself and started laughing. Well, at least the floor's clean. But peace never lasts long. Suddenly the guild door slammed open and two all too familiar voices stormed in. "How could you leave without telling us, huh? Are we invisible to you?" Mill and Leela stood there, their faces full of anger and disappointment. Joey froze like his system had crashed. Ian quietly stepped aside, trying not to laugh. "Answer right now," Mill demanded, pointing her finger. "And don't lie," Leela added. Joey was scrambling for excuses when, knock knock, the door opened again. This time it was someone else. "Please help. There's an emergency at the west gate." A terrified warrior rushed in, almost shouting, "Any available adventurer, hurry! A huge monster is attacking!" Joey and Ian looked at each other. Instantly their faces turned serious. Joey reached out his hand. "Let's go. We can't waste time." Ian nodded. "Yeah, this is the perfect moment for the guild's first fight." Joey glanced back. "Mill, Layla, I know I left the village without telling you. I'll explain later, not now, because this is my first battle in the southern city, Duramu." Without another moment wasted, Joey and Ian sprinted out. Meanwhile, at Duramu's west gate, things were going from bad to worse. Chaos everywhere, because standing there was a cursed monster, a level 210 beast leading an entire army of skeletons. Bill, the bald fighter, was taking down level 20 skeletons left and right. "Come on, bring all you've got!" But the more he fought, the more they appeared. Worry started showing on his face. And then boom, dark energy bombs rained down from the sky. Not normal magic, pure curse, demonic curse. Bill's body trembled, losing control with each passing second. The skeletons laughed. "Now it's your turn to die, humans!" "But wait!" a voice boomed, and with one strike the entire curse energy vanished. Joey, clad in black armor, stood tall. Ian called out, "Time for real leveling!" With one swing, Joey sliced down dozens of skeletons and absorbed all their power, instantly reaching level 250. "My turn!" Ian shouted from behind. "Leave the small ones to me. You take the big guy." Joey smirked. Pure black power surged from his body so intensely that even the air trembled. The cursed monster roared in anger. Joey leapt into the air. "Let me show you what a real curse looks like." Across the city at the east gate, Jilly, the master of the Sword of Salvation, was stepping forward slowly. A second army of skeletons waited for him, led by another cursed monster. Jilly narrowed his eyes. "They think I'm easy prey because I'm alone?" His eyes gleamed. "Descent of the demons, activate, 15 seconds. That's all it takes to erase your stories." Back at the west gate, Joey slashed straight onto the monster's skull. "Let's curse your fate as well." Landing on the ground, he took one more swing and chopped off the beast's leg. Skeletons rushed him from behind, but Joey was ready. One he sliced clean, another he kicked like a soccer ball. The last skeleton raised its sword, but that was the wrong move. Joey caught the blade midair and laughed. "You want to turn the tide with this? Pathetic." Once again, he absorbed their levels. Level 290. The cursed monster roared and attacked repeatedly, but Joey dodged every strike like he knew them before they happened. "Joey, don't let that cursed sphere touch you," Ian yelled. But Joey grinned. "Already handled it." He slammed his sword into the ground. Sacred barrier activated. A glowing wall of light blocked every curse. Bill watched from afar. "This is the same Joey I fought? Impossible." Joey went in for the final strike. The monster's head hit the ground. "You satisfied now? Or did you want more destruction?" But the monster's eyes were still moving. "Wait, what's it doing?" Suddenly, dozens of black orbs formed in the sky. Demonic curses headed straight for the city. Joey shouted, "Damn it! The real target was the city!" He finished off the monster, hitting level 500, but there was no time to celebrate. The curses were flying toward the people trapped inside the walls. Ian warned, "Those are demonic curses. If untreated, they paralyze the body slowly and kill." The monster was gone, but the real war had just begun. Ian's expression grew even more serious. Hundreds in Duramu might already be affected by the demonic energy. Joey asked quickly, "Is there anyone who can break curses in this city?" Ian nodded. Yeah, but only 3, and all 3 are from the Sword of Salvation Guild. Joey's hope dropped. Only 3? In a whole city? Just then, 2 warriors rushed over. Is everything okay? One shouted. Without hesitation, he stretched out his hand. I'll break this curse. The second knelt and began using his own curse-breaking powers. The first warrior turned toward Mana. The curse is strong, but I can break it. Suddenly, another voice rang out, clear and sharp. Try it on everyone. I'm not letting anyone die. It was Mana, the high-rank mage of the Sword of Salvation. Ian analyzed quickly. All 3 top-level healers are here. That means there's no one left inside the city to help. Mana was still struggling with the curse energy of just one person. This is going to take time, she admitted. Yet she added, helping the people is our duty too. Suddenly, a massive beam of golden light shot through the air and completely covered Bill. Mana jumped back in shock. What was that? Joey stood quietly, knowing that if he stepped forward anymore, the Calamity-class adventurers would start focusing on him. But he wasn't the kind of adventurer who hid out of fear. The system confirmed, level conversion successful. New epic skill obtained. Golden curse break, a golden bullet that purifies any curse. Joey's level, 350. He asked Ian softly, did I do the right thing? Ian smiled. Yeah, absolutely. Joey raised his hand, and a golden bullet fired from each of his fingers. Every shot hit its target. All nearby adventurers were instantly freed from their curses. Mana was completely stunned. How did such a strong curse break so easily? Who is this guy? Joey just smiled lightly. We'll talk about that later. Duramu still had many people suffering. Joey turned to Mana. You coming with us? Mana didn't hesitate. Of course. I'm the strongest mage, and I'll prove my pride. Joey nodded. Good. Welcome to the team. As they entered the city, Joey froze at the sight around him. The whole place is under a curse. He took a deep breath. Everyone get to work. I'm not letting this city die. Joey opens the system window. Abyss armor, are you ready? The moment he enters the weapon request section, he says, Request, Holy Wings. I'm willing to pay the compensation. He also activates the Sacred Sword. As the weapon conversion completes, a blue beam flashes across the sky. From its intimidating aura, Jilly appears. Even after a completely one-sided fight, he's completely unharmed. Meanwhile, an old man reaches the city gate. Dear God, he sees the entire city covered in a dark curse. But inside, Joey is now at full power. With the Sacred Sword, he restores an entire block using healing energy. Maya goes to a civilian asking, Are you all right? Shockingly, the man smiles. Yeah, I'm fine now. Maya's face lights up with excitement. The curse is gone. It's actually gone. Ian stands off to the side and comments, There are way too many people. No matter how hard Joey tries, we're gonna run out of time. Some people won't be saved. That's the truth. Joey pushes every resource he has, trying to reach every block. But even after giving everything, only a small portion of the city is freed from the curse. Now Joey directly asks his armor, Is there any way I can affect the entire area at once? The system responds, Recommended feature, Weapon Converter, a tool derived from level conversion. Joey nods with focus. Get ready, we're cleansing the whole city today. The system explains that if the user can pay the price in levels, an epic skill can be amplified using a special weapon. A glowing window appears, showing Joey's skills. Holy Wings and Golden Curse Break. Without wasting a second, Joey summons the Sacred Sword and says, Request weapons. His sword and angel wings fuse together. His Golden Curse Break is now at full power. Joey points toward the sky and commands, Wipe out every curse. Sacred energy rises from his palm and begins swirling over the entire city. It moves through every street and every alley, and this time Joey's power is strong enough to cover all of Doremu. His companions rush toward him. Maya, shocked, asks, Is this really a sacred sword? Are you an adventurer or some kind of saint? Joey chuckles lightly. Not a saint, just an adventurer doing what he can. Meanwhile, Ian speaks with a serious tone. Joey, I need to talk to you. You went way too far this time. If this continues, the entire city will figure out who you are. Joey gets a little nervous. So what do I do now? Ian stays silent for a few seconds, then looks toward a certain person. All right, let's ask Mana for help. A little later, a crowd gathers outside a high-rank guild headquarters. People whisper among themselves, Is that the girl who saved Duramu? Golden lights swirl through the air as Mana steps outside. Eyes shine everywhere. A man shouts, The Golden Saint is here! Mana turns completely red. Golden Saint? What? She yells out in embarrassment. The crowd claps, and behind them, Joey quietly smiles. Sometime earlier at the Central Adventure Management Council, Mana had reported, "Just like Joey said, I was the one who lifted the curse." Joey bowed his head slightly. "Thank you." Mana, a bit serious, replied, "By the way, giving a false report to the Central Council isn't exactly okay." Joey immediately apologized. "Sorry, I was just trying to divert attention." Mana smiled softly. "You saved everyone. If I can help you even a little, I'm happy to." Ian added from the side, "You really know how to phrase things." But then a noise rises from outside. "Looks like people are here to see the Golden Saint." Mana yells, "No, don't call me that." Ian, with a mischievous tone, says, "It's necessary. You're the best adventurer in the city. Becoming its hero makes total sense. If the people of Duramu believe you're the Golden Saint, no one will suspect Joey." And so the performance plan comes into play. Joey is stunned. "Are we seriously doing all this?" Mana, totally confused, asks, "What performance are you guys talking about?" Ian smiles. "With hero-level power, we'll make this story so real that everyone will believe it." Mana's face was now in full panic mode. But Ian didn't care at all. He grabbed her hand and pulled her to a quiet corner. That's where the real plan came out. Joey would launch his golden anti-curse projectiles directly at Mana, giving her a temporary golden glow. Mana's eyes widened. "Hold on, you're saying I'm the target?" Joey rubbed the back of his neck. Yeah, that's exactly right. But don't worry, it doesn't hurt humans, just a little shining and a whole lot of drama." Mana took a deep breath. "If you don't want to, we're not doing this," Joey said with complete respect. Mana stayed silent for a moment, then lifted her head. "I said I'd help however I can. So yeah, I'm ready." Joey still hesitated. Are you sure?" She didn't answer, so he just smiled. "Thank you." To honor her determination, Joey fired an energy blast that blew Mana's hat straight off. His golden curse-breaking magic was now at full power. When Mana stepped outside, the crowd erupted in applause. People shouted, "Golden Saint! Golden Saint!" Ian, enjoying the light show from the side, said, "Dude, if you shift the wings a little to the left, the frame will be perfect." Joey replied in a tired tone, "My power isn't a decoration." Maya laughed behind them. "Now I'm totally convinced. Ian's real talent is drama direction." Joey still tried to stay positive. "At least those dangerous adventurers won't notice me now." But then Jilly arrived. "Sorry to interrupt." Joey and Ian went silent. Without any formality, Jilly said, "I need to talk to the real hero." Joey's heart skipped. "Did you figure it out?" Jilly looked at the scene outside, then spoke quietly. "The people watching from the city may be fooled, but the adventurers at the West Gate won't fall for this performance." And among them were members of the Sword of Salvation Guild. Ian quickly said, "Please, we didn't mean anything bad." Gilly stopped him. "Relax. I'm not here to judge you." Now Joey was even more curious. "Then what's the real reason you're here?" Gilly got straight to the point. "Do you two know what was happening at the East Gate while the curse fight was happening at the West?" Both of them widened their eyes. Gilly continued, "I had a feeling something was off, so I sent a secret team there. At the exact same time the cursed army attacked from the West, another army attacked from the East." Joey asked in shock. "So the city was being hit from two sides?" Jilly's tone turned royal. "Don't worry, I chased off the entire East Army alone. No one got hurt." Silence, shock, and respect mixed on both Joey's and Ian's faces. Jilly just smiled. Joey stepped closer and said with a deep breath, "That's exactly what I'd expect from the master of the Sword of Salvation." Jilly nodded, then continued, "Two armies attacking at the same time. That's no coincidence. Someone is planning all of this." Joey's face hardened. Ian grew serious too. "A lot of things feel off. That cursed creature? I've never seen a monster like that," Joey thought. "That means the monster was either summoned or planted beforehand. Someone purposely targeted Duramu." Gilly said firmly, "If someone is trying to destroy this city, we need to strengthen our defenses. And that's why I came to you. You need to establish your guild in Duramu as soon as possible, so you can work with the Sword of Salvation." Ian added, "But creating a guild requires a lot of procedures." Jilly smiled. "I already made a direct deal with the Central Management Council. I only need two things from you. First, you have to fight me and prove you're worthy of being a guild master. Second, you have to complete the tough mission I gave earlier." Then he asked, "So, are you ready?" Joey met his eyes without hesitation. "I'm ready to fight." Jilly smiled wide. "Good. That's the answer I wanted." A little later at the Central Adventure Council's training grounds, Jilly announced, "This isn't normal sparring. This is a real fight. We can't measure Joey's true strength with training weapons. This will be a battle with real weapons and real intent." Then Jilly released his full aura. "Now come, Give me everything you've got, Joey. Joey wasn't backing down. He unleashed all his energy and said seriously, I understand. I'll respect this test completely. Ian stepped between them and raised his hand. Duel start. The very next moment, Jilly attacked from the side like lightning. In his head he prayed, please don't let my sword kill him. But somehow Joey blocked it, even though he knew his level was only 100, while Gilly's was double that. Winning is impossible, but maybe this isn't about winning or losing. Maybe it's about fighting spirit. Jilly charged again at high speed. Joey attacked with full strength, but Jilly not only blocked him, he knocked his sword far away. No choice left, Joey thought. He triggered weapon conversion. Sacred Sword Summon. The new sword appeared instantly and almost slashed Jilly. Jilly dodged at the last second, but Joey used that confusion to close the distance. Still, Jilly disarmed him again. My game isn't over yet, Joey smirked. He still had his knives. He slashed so close that he scratched Gilly's shirt. But Jilly predicted every movement. Then Joey tried one last trick. He threw a knife from afar, just a distraction. The next instant, Joey vanished from Jilly's sight. Then a shout came from above. This is my answer! Joey crashed down with a powerful aerial attack. The entire ground shook. Ian watched in awe. This is incredible! Beyond the level gap, Joey's skills have skyrocketed. Joey was tired now. I hope that's enough, he thought. But through the dust, Jilly slowly stood back up. He was injured, but laughing loudly. If our levels were equal, that last attack would have killed me. Jilly had now accepted him as a real adventurer. Joey whispered, thank you. But the test wasn't over, because now Jilly's final attack was coming. The field trembled. A terrifying killing intent filled the air. Ian's face went pale. He's really going to use it. Jilly activated his most dangerous epic ability, Demon's Descent. His energy doubled. Listen, kid, if you don't fight with everything you've got, you won't last 15 seconds, Ian shouted. Joey, run! This ability doubles Jilly's level. Joey froze. That means he's over level 400 now. Jilly's eyes burned with excitement. It's been years since I fought someone like this. Honestly, you've already passed, but now I want to know, can you withstand this power? In a blink, Jilly vanished and reappeared in front of Joey like he teleported. One kick. Joey didn't even have time to feel the pain before he crashed into a wall. Ian screamed, Joey! But it didn't stop. Jilly kept attacking. Joey smashed through walls one after another before being thrown outside. MANHWA was outside watching, horrified. What is happening? 10 seconds left. Jilly shouted, tell me, kid, can you take this? 9 seconds. 8, 7. Joey's vision blurred. Is this my limit? Then two voices echoed at once. Joey! Joey! Leela and Mill watched everything from outside. Joey's mind began to wake up. Why did I start all this? To protect this city. 4 seconds. Joey's eyes burned. He pushed up with a roar and slashed at Jilly with his sword. Jilly didn't slow down. Dark, demonic presence poured from his body. This is my truth. This is the power I've sought. He prepared his final strike. Black Demon Flash. 3 seconds. Joey was disarmed again. I can't match his moves, but if all I need is to dodge, then there's one way. 2 seconds. He yelled, Sacred Sword! Trigger Micro Explosion! As Gilly's black attack closed in, Joey's sword detonated itself. The impact weakened slightly, but Joey still shot into the air and crashed hard into the ground. 0. Gilly's ability timed out. Joey didn't move. Lying on the ground, he whispered, Abyss Armor. Search for any epic ability that can replace my sword and repair my sacred wings. The system responds, level conversion at the moment is dangerous. Strongly discouraged. Joey just smiles. I know, but I still have to fight. I need my sword back. The system activates weapon repairability purchased for 90 levels. In the very next second, the sacred sword returns, along with his katana. Joey stands again, blood on his face, fire in his eyes. Whatever demon you've become, with these furious blades, I'll cut you down. He knows, if I can just hold on for a few more seconds, I might be able to stand again. The fight is still burning inside him, but he collapses, passing out completely. Seeing this, Jilly stops all attacks. The 15 seconds are over. After some time, Joey wakes up. He jolts upright in panic. The test! Did I pass? He looks around. His base, his bed, and all his friends surrounding him. Leela rushes over. Mill and I were out shopping, and we saw you falling from the sky. Seriously, Joey, we were terrified. Joey remembers that moment in the fight when their eyes met. Mill steps closer. Good, you're okay. But man, that was insane to watch. Mana adds from behind. Never thought these two would break the tower wall and drop in from above. Joey scratches his head, embarrassed. Sorry, I scared all of you. Then the big question. What about the test? Before Joey can answer, Jilly speaks. He passed. When he fainted, the timer on Demon's descent ended at the same moment. And surviving those 15 seconds with so little damage? No adventurer has ever done that. Joey smiles wide. So I really passed. But as soon as he tries to move, sharp pain shoots through him. Ian calls out, "Looks like Gilly has one more thing to say." A little embarrassed, Gilly steps forward. "I went too far. My bloodlust completely took over. I offer a sincere apology." Ian had already warned him. If Joey had died, the responsibility would have been on Gilly. That thought still weighs on him. But regaining his composure, he continues. "The first part of the test is complete. Once you fully recover, you'll get the second task." Joey asks, "Is the next one tied to a high difficulty mission?" Gilly nods. "Yes, it takes place east of Duramu, inside an underground ruin." As soon as he mentions the location, Ancient Witch's Atelier, Mana flinches. "That place is real?" Gilly confirms, "Yes. Once a tremendously powerful witch lived there. Now it's become a graveyard full of monsters." Joey immediately asks, "Who's the target monster?" Gilly shakes his head. "No idea. Nobody does. Recently, abnormal magical energy was recorded inside that atelier. Because of this, the monsters there have gone completely insane and started attacking merchants traveling toward the city. Based on the intensity of that magic, the estimated monster level is around 300. Joey reacts in shock. "That's even stronger than the monster that attacked that village." Gilly speaks in a serious tone. "That ruin itself is a threat. Every adventurer who went in so far never made it to the bottom. But you're different. You're someone who can go in and actually come back. The mission is clearly stated. Investigate the atelier of the Ancient Witch and eliminate the monster causing the magical disturbance." Gilly looks straight at him. "Joey, can you do it?" Far away in Duramu's eastern desert, inside a dark, silent library, a signal activates. Only one figure is there, with skeletal hands, the Ashen Witch. Amid the noise of the signal, she instantly realizes someone has stepped into her domain. Anger rises in her eyes. Meanwhile, Joey, Ian, and Mana stand before the underground door, at the entrance of the Ancient Witch's atelier. A moment later, as Joey picks up some gear from the ground, he turns to Mill. "Are you sure you want to come along?" Mill answers proudly, "Of course. I'm now a newly certified level 10 adventurer." She smiles. "I got my adventurer certification from the Central Administrative Council, so I could help you." Joey is surprised. Ian had already told Leela and Mill why Joey left the village. Mill continues, "You're a good person, Joey. You left so you wouldn't drag anyone else into your problems. But now I want to grow stronger myself so I can stay by your side." Joey falls silent but finally says, "The atelier of the Ancient Witch is way too dangerous for a level 10. Mill's expression suddenly shifts. "Wait, you're level 10 too, aren't you?" Joey laughs. "I have the absorption ability. I can fight and regain my power." Or, Mill lifts her chin. "I've got an epic ability too. And I need real experience, which you only get from dangerous missions." Joey gives in. He can see Mill is serious. "And if I get into danger," Mill says with a smile, "you'll save me, right?" Joey laughs. "I'm not saying anything." Ian jumps in. "So ready?" Joey switches to a serious face. "Always." The party is complete. 4 adventurers head toward the mission. The first layer of the atelier of the Ancient Witch begins. Mana, at level 120, immediately notices something. This place, the magic density is abnormal. Ian agrees. Joey needs to recover his level fast. If the owner of this power shows up now, we won't stand a chance. To be honest, Ian expected monsters along the way. But after the previous cursed fight, most wild creatures abandoned this area. But now the first enemy appears, a level 50 Vanguard robot with hammer-like hands. Joey gets excited. "Finally, something I can use to gain power." Ian steps forward. "We'll weaken it, then you drain it." The robot charges at high speed. The hammer hits the ground and leaves a deep crater. Joey yells to warn the others, "Watch out, it's extremely fast." But Ian speaks calmly. "Relax, Joey. Just trust yourself." Mana moves to higher ground. Preparing a spell, she taunts, "Are you really trying to hit me swinging your hands like that, tin can?" Her magic attack strikes both hammer arms and shatters them on impact. That's the perfect timing for Joey. Joey rushes forward, but the robot still has a last trick. Its neck twists and its head transforms into another hammer. Now Joey has no way to block. Mill panics. Without thinking, she pulls her dagger and shouts, "Lightning Fang! Quick step!" With a spark, she appears behind Joey. The dagger crashes against the robot's hammerhead. Joey yells, "Mill, no!" He knew the level difference meant she couldn't deal real damage. The next moment, Mill is thrown away and lands right on top of Joey. Joey laughs. "Thanks, you really saved me." Mill looks happy. Joey repeats, "And your skills are impressive." The robot goes berserk. It leaps and strikes at Joey. Joey dodges and mocks, "Swinging a huge hammer like that and still can't touch me." But he thinks, "How do I deliver a final blow with this level difference?" Mana shouts from behind. "Robots usually have an energy core under their armor." Joey asks, "Then how do we break through the armor?" Mana smirks. "Simple, rip it apart." Joey doesn't explain anything. He just warns, "I'm going wild now." The robot attacks again, but Mana hits its head one more time. "I'll support you. You finish it." Ian approaches. He jams his bare hands into the cracks and tears the armor open. The energy core is fully exposed. Ian shouts, "Joey, now!" Joey charges at full speed and pierces the core with his sacred sword. The core cracks and the robot shuts down. With this victory, Joey gains levels. He's now level 60. "I can absorb levels from mechanical monsters too?" he wonders. Mana explains, "This isn't an ordinary robot, it's a magical automaton." Mill screams, "Watch out! 2 more robots incoming!" But now Joey is level 60. "Now I can fight properly!" He rushes forward and throws one robot into another. As they crack, he drives his dagger straight into the core. Joey reaches level 110. The second monster attacks, but Saint Wings activate. The sacred sword forms again. Joey smiles. No tricks needed now. In a single strike, he slices off the hammer arm and crushes the robot. Joey reaches level 160, but suddenly a sense of danger hits. Projectiles are coming from every direction. "Look out!" Mana yells, jumping in front of Joey, activating a magic barrier. "Don't let your guard down, hero!" The second wave begins, but this time there are more of them, all heavily armed. Even with lower levels, their collective strength is dangerous. A general systems signal broadcasts. "Target threat level high. Begin suppression." Ian shouts first, "There! The safe zone!" The party rushes through a long corridor, but as they run, Mill starts falling behind. Joey notices and moves in front of her. "Keep running, I'll hold them off." Joey activates weapon conversion. He deflects projectiles, cuts some down, and redirects others back at the robots. Now every enemy is focused on him. He shouts, "Do you really think you can beat me just with numbers?" A robot opens its abdominal unit and reveals an energy cannon. "What the?" Joey freezes. The cannon fires instantly. Joey dodges at the last moment. Another beam comes, and Joey hides behind a pillar. But every hiding spot is being destroyed. Meanwhile, the others reach a dead end and stop. When Joey arrives, he shouts, "Why'd you stop? The robots are coming." Mana speaks coldly. "Because there's no path ahead." Joey's heart pounds. "No, this can't be." The first robot readies its attack, but Mana activates the magic barrier just in time. The robots keep coming closer. Mana stands her ground, but now her face is straining. "I won't be able to hold this for long." Right then, she sees another energy cannon charging in front of her. Mana, soaked in sweat and trembling, says, "I'm sorry. I won't be able to hold this much longer." Joey clenches his fist. "Then I have no choice. I'll have to step out and face them myself." "No!" Ian shouts. "Don't do that, Joey. At this level, you won't survive." "What else can we do?" That same question was spinning in everyone's mind. But suddenly, Joey steps on a very specific spot. A surge of purple energy bursts out and wraps around the entire team. Dozens of magic circles activate across the ceiling. Mana instantly recognizes it. "This is a magic trap!" Before anyone can react, the floor collapses and all of them begin falling. While dropping, Joey realizes the floor didn't break by accident. This pit was pre-built. Someone's been tracking us. We walked right into a trap. But what shocks them even more, those assault robots jump into the pit as well. One robot punches Joey midair, slamming him into a wall. Another fires projectiles, and a third begins charging an energy beam. Joey shouts, stunned, "How are they still following us?" Dodging was nearly impossible from this height, and in this position, Ian yells, "Your right hand is free, use it!" Joey doesn't understand, but he immediately shouts to Mana, "Use wind magic on me." Mana freezes. "On you?" Then she smirks. "All right, this time I'll use the big one." A massive wind spell slams into Joey, not dealing damage but launching him upward. As soon as he rises high enough, he grabs Ian's hand. Ian uses all his strength to spin him with centrifugal force and hurl him straight toward the robots. "The rest is on you!" Ian shouts. Joey understood perfectly. He slices the first robot clean in half with his sacred sword. Boom! A huge explosion blinds the remaining 2 robots. Now Joey is above them, and the projectiles are coming from below. Joey says, 1 second, don't move an inch. He fires a downward strike that cuts straight through the other 2 robots. Boom! Both explode right under him. A chain reaction triggers, and Joey absorbs their power. His level shoots up to 360. He smirks. Now I've got enough strength to face whatever weird magical source is down here. Mill looks down and screams, "We're getting close to the bottom of the pit!" Just as everyone is about to crash, Mana steps forward. "My turn!" She uses wind magic to absorb the landing impact. The 3 land safely, but Joey slams into the ground hard because his fast level boost made him lose control of his power. Ian laughs. "Looks like we don't need to worry about Joey's strength anymore." Mill looks around. "Why is this place so dark? I can't see anything." Suddenly, candles all around the hall ignite on their own. Then material begins gathering from the ground, forming into a witch. She mutters, "Intruders, all of you must die." Mana was about to ask something when the witch spoke again. "Why do I want to kill you? Because that is what my soul desires. My entire existence is destruction." Joey can't believe his eyes. "This is an automaton!" But Ian checks her status and shouts, "Everyone stay alert. This isn't a normal monster." The witch activates Annihilation Protocol, Valak Gaudia mode. Her laugh becomes monstrous. Her body warps into a terrifying puppet. Her clothes shred apart, and her size almost doubles. Ian's eyes widen. "So this is the magical disturbance source under this place. But I never imagined it would be 100 levels stronger than expected." Its name was Broken Wisdom. The puppet-like creature charges at Joey with murderous intent. 30 years earlier, in this same desert, an old witch found a baby inside a basket. She froze. "I should a witch pick up this child. I spent 80 years searching for the truth of magic, yet I never learned anything about human life. Perhaps the parents had abandoned the child. Just like everyone abandoned me," she whispered. But the baby cried, and something inside the old witch shifted. "So pure, so helpless. I can't leave you like this." "Fine, I'll take care of you. Your name will be Maru." The baby smiled. The witch smiled for the first time in years. Back in the present, Broken Wisdom, now a crazed puppet, rushed at Joey with bloodlust. Joey barely dodges. Both puppet fists glow with different auras, each one a separate magic type. When Joey tries to move forward, the left hand unleashes a fire spell that seals the path. The right hand swings a sword-slash attack, forcing Joey to narrowly escape. The puppet leaps into the air and begins forming kunai in one hand. Mana appears instantly, forming a magic barrier that protects the team from the projectiles. But the puppet responds by creating a sharp-toothed dark creature that tears the barrier apart. Mana trembles. She's at her limit. Now the puppet's blade is covered in ice. It creates a frost blade. Ian yells, "The next attack is going to be full force." Joey looks at Ian. "I need your help." Both grab the blade together, barely blocking the impact. The puppet screams. "What does dying even mean?" Joey shouts back, "Shut up, we didn't attack you. You attacked us." Mill trembles. "What? What is this thing?" Mana panics. "No matter the level, how can a puppet use magic like this?" In the middle of the fight, Ian thinks, "I have a theory. 10 years ago, an old witch lived here. Rumors said she died naturally, but maybe she pushed beyond her lifespan. My intuition says this puppet has her soul, or at least her spirit." Joey and Ian push the puppet away. Joey asks, "Was that witch really this dangerous?" Ian replies, "No, people feared her, but she never harmed anyone." Suddenly, the puppet screams in agony. Electrical sparks burst all over its body. The automaton body holding the transferred soul is breaking down. This is our chance to attack. But dozens of ice walls appear. The puppet uses them to move at ultra-high speed, flashing right in front of Joey. Joey shivers. "I take back what I said earlier. 18 years earlier, the witch's lab was empty. Maru, now a young girl, was building a robot in a small house deep in the forest." "You're really that interested in these weird machines?" the witch asked. Maru smiled. "I'll never beat you in magic, but if I build something new, maybe someday." Brigadia, the witch, shook her head. "If you gain knowledge, you can become like me." Maru replied, "Your path is boring. I want to be an automaton specialist." Brigadia laughed. "It's your life. You get to choose." 10 years ago, on Brigadia's deathbed, Maru, older now, was panicking. "I can do something. I can transfer your soul into an automaton." Brigadia spoke softly. "Calm down, Maru. Death is natural. You still have a future ahead of you, and I truly hope you find something beautiful. You've always been a good child." In the present, Broken Wisdom's madness hits its peak. The puppet rushes in without hesitation. The young adventurers step back, but one team member can't move quickly enough. Mill ends up face to face with a level 400 monster. Joey's heart pounds. The monster is about to strike. Without thinking, Joey jumps in front of her, taking the full hit himself. Crash! Joey and Mill are thrown across the library floor. Mana panics and runs toward them. Ian tries to stop her. Don't go, it's too risky! But it's too late. As soon as Mana reaches a nearby ice barrier, a hidden attack hits her head on and sends her flying. Ian! He screamed, but there was no time to stop. The puppet's next target was Ian. Ian was dodging, but the attacks weren't slowing down. The puppet swung its arms wildly, attacking with pure madness. Ian thought, these strikes are random. Maybe there's a pattern I can slip through. But then a kick landed straight in his stomach. Ian lost balance and slammed into a bookshelf. Joey, still injured on the ground, understood clearly, if I don't move now, we're all dead. He forced himself up. The puppet turned toward him. Both of them roared and charged at each other. This time, Joey managed to land the first attack, but what he saw next terrified him. A massive surge of energy was forming inside the puppet's body, and even after taking damage, it started attacking itself. Boom! Flames erupted all around its body. Joey's breath froze. It doesn't care about its own body. It just wants to attack, even if it burns itself alive. He thought, this has to end. I need to pierce its core. But how? The puppet, now in a burning state, rushed in with multiple punches. Right then, the old automaton enemies finally reached the lower floor. Perfect, Joey thought. I needed more levels, and this is my chance. With a single blow, he destroyed all the robots. Their energy surged into him, and Joey's level jumped all the way to 560. His eyes sharpened with new determination. He said to the Abyss Armor, give me some kind of epic skill that can restrain an enemy's movement. The system completed its research. Skill unlock, Crown's Bind. The power to bind a target with black spears. Casting cost, 150 levels. The monster prepared to charge again, but this time Joey stepped forward and activated the new skill. His level was now 410, and the puppet stood at 400. Joey's voice echoed, Crown's Bind! The ground split, and an army of black spears erupted upward, piercing straight into the puppet and locking it in place. The puppet screamed in rage and agony. 10 years earlier, Maru had finished her final project. Only one task remained, transferring her master's soul. With tears in her eyes, Maru whispered, even if darkness consumes me, I just want you to find happiness, Master. Now in the present, the puppet thrashed violently again. Crash! Its own body parts erupted outward. But everyone already knew. This creature didn't care about the survival. That's why it tore through the bindings and broke free again. Joey activated the skill once more. You're not escaping this time. As the monster tried to dash away again, Crown's Bind reinforced. The spear shot upward again, far stronger than before.